Now, wait.
What
All right.
is up, you guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. And if you're like me, you are thrilled that Friday is just around the corner. Amen. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Flash flooding over here in Philly, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. You know.
Really?
Yeah,
We don't
yeah,
have that. We
yeah,
don't have that right now in New York.
yeah. Well, you don't want. I said that we have trash still sitting in the street, even though the strike is over. Woohoo, woohoo! But now it's
Yeah, I
flash
saw it
flood.
on Instagram. I was like, that is unacceptable. Like, what is going on? I was like, I know the rats are having a great time out there, just a
No,
field day. It was
no rats running around
But
my
there has to
neighborhood.
be all that trash. It went down like so far down. I was like, wow, like absolutely
Yeah,
not. Like
yeah.
I'd be freaking out if I lived there. Like, get this up. Like
Oh, definitely,
bugs.
definitely.
Mm-mm.
I'm with you.
But you know what?
Reverse.
WNBA All Stars, the selections are in
Yep.
Team Caitlin, Team Nafisa Collier. Team Clark, of course, Caitlin Clark is the captain. She chose Leah Boston, no surprise there. Kelsey
Yep.
Mitchell, she got her peeps around her. She chose Sonia Citron, Kiki, Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Jackie Young, Kayla Thornton, Satu Sabli, and Gabby Williams. What do you think about her selections? She got a lot of shooters on her team.
Yeah. I think that I think she wants speed. I think she's also is trying to set up precedents, for the team to say, hey, look, this is what we need to do. I now have the opportunity to show what we can do if I have something like that. But as for the choices, I think the choices were well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Everybody thought Angel, but you know.
Yeah, no, I knew she wasn't going to choose Angel. That I wasn't surprised about, honestly, at
Of
all.
course. I mean, I probably
Um,
wouldn't either.
I was like, she's not going to shoot Angel. I mean, I'm not surprised about that. But
Yeah.
actually, I like what she did. She has a lot of shooters. A lot of shooting, obviously, which is great because people that's the whole point of the game, right?
Exactly.
You
Money,
want to get
gun.
those points, obviously. I love Gabby Williams. I know she was with Chicago Sky a while ago. Angel
Mhm.
tried to recruit her to come back, and she was like, girl, no, I am not going back to that team and that organization. So I don't know what happened when Gabby was there, but she was like, it's a hard no for me. But she's a really talented player. I love that she chose Sonia Citron. If you've been following her, if you've been following Sonia Citron and Kiki Washington Mystics, they've been doing their big one this past season, especially Sonia
Yeah.
Citron. They're having really, really great games. Really, really good. I'm not surprised at Leah Boston. They have that connection that's been growing, since last season. So of course she would choose her right hand. Kelsey Mitchell, obviously, we know what she's capable of. Jackie Young, this season she's been kind of up and down. Watching her with the Aces, I'm not sure what to expect from her. I know what she's capable of.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure what Jackie Young is going to show up because I don't really know what's going to show up day to day when she plays for the Aces. You know what I mean? Um,
Exactly.
Sabrina Ionescu, I feel like she's also been a little bit streaky this season. Like with her threes, like there's some games she's like knocking them down. Other games,
Yeah.
I'm like Sabrina, why you take that shot? Like that wasn't a good one. Like I was like, what's going on? But I guess shooters have their up and their downs, like everything, right? You have good streaks and you have like really bad, like no shooting streaks. So overall, though, I like what she did. I'm not sure if Asia's gonna play though, because if you watched the game last night, when Aces played Liberty, Asia went
Yeah.
down like on
She
her
has.
wrist, and she was out
Yep.
for the rest of the game. So I don't know how that affects because I believe what All Star was July 16th. It's not been that far away.
Yeah,
Today's with the ninth, right?
exactly. And
Yeah.
plus,
So
she's
next
having an
week, yeah.
MRI done, and they can't afford not to have Asian, and that's why that's what shows. I mean, when people start talking about, I know we're talking about the All Stars, but when we look at
Yes, we're
like
talking about All
NBA,
Stars. Yes, All Stars.
yeah,
What we're talking about.
yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is Asia for her team,
Uh
if
huh.
she goes out, that ship is going down. You know what I
Well,
mean?
she already missed quite a few games already when she was hurt. I think she
Yeah,
had hurt her. Was it not
yeah,
her groin? Was it her ab? I'm not sure. She hurt something. But she was out for quite a few games.
correct.
Even with her in the lineup, they've been struggling really and truly. Like it's not. They got to get her some more help. I really feel like Chelsea Gray, respectfully, has like gone past her time.
Yeah,
I'm not saying she shouldn't play at all, but I think her having a starting position with so many minutes I don't think it's helping his team anymore, honestly. Like
Yeah, I mean, she took off the weight and she really conditioned over the off season. I mean, I know she was an unrivaled and everything,
Mhm.
but it's still like, you know, it's like uphill a little bit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, she's also injured for a while too. You know what I mean? So I know she's still trying to. If she sometimes your injury heals, but you're not the same player you once were. That
Yeah,
combined with age, other things, like but like I said, she's obviously someone you rather have on your team than not. Just because of the knowledge, the experience. But I really feel like a lesser role. They need some more younger people on that team. I feel like the office is also very stagnant when I watch it. I don't really see them moving the ball enough. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, I don't know.
yeah,
But on to Team Phee. Nafisa Collier, obviously the other captain. She chose Stewie. I'm not surprised at that. Iron sharpens
right.
iron. Alicia Gray, who's been doing a really, really tremendous job this season.
Yeah.
Naneka Gumake, who I love as well. Paige Beckers making her all-star debut. Shout out to Paige, UConn in the house. Courtney Williams, who I love. I think she is so cool. Her personality is so fun. Skylar Diggins, no more Smith because she's getting divorced. So just Skylar Diggins.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course, the
she a
Chi-Town
thug, man.
Barbie.
Woo!
Huh?
I said
Chi-Town Barbie.
that
I miss
thinking she a thug.
Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, she ain't no joke, man. I
We're
love
not
that
going to
woman.
use the word thug with
Oh
our
yeah, well,
ladies.
that's
You
true
know,
because
I know what you mean. Though. I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, you know me. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
AT, Alyssa Thomas, she needs no introduction. We know who she is. Miss Kelsey Plum and Ryan Howard. Team Fee got dogs. Everybody on her
Yeah,
team is a dog.
the dog.
Like
Exactly.
she don't have
Junkyard
no
Dog
puppies.
Incorporated. That's what I would call them. Junkyard Dog Incorporated, baby.
She
Because
got dogs.
yeah, because you can do all that little flash by stuff you want to, but these chicks, man, they gonna be like, yo, you may catch a bow going
It should,
by.
it should be. I'm actually excited. I think they have really both teams are shipped out nicely. I'm excited to see how it debuts because if you watch the special when her and Caitlin were choosing who they wanted on their teams, Caitlin was talking her junk. She was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going young. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna be shooting. Fee was like, I got to get some post players for all this shooting, and she was like, well, you can't really rebound or post up, 3-point line. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see how that goes. So I mean, it was all friendly and fun though. The Nafisa was really excited to finally play with her UConn baby Paige Buckers. She was just happy to play with her. First time playing with her. So this should be cool. Her baby husky, she called her. AT is a dog. She can shoot, she can rebound, she can assist. Kelsey Plum is a firecracker.
Mm-hmm.
Like she is a firecracker. I didn't realize that she was so freaking like, like
Yeah. She
uh
got a lot of I don't know if she got them hands, but she definitely got that mouth. I
she
said,
does. Yeah, I mean, I don't think look, she might not have no hands. She's not gonna back down though. Like she's
oh
like, I mean,
no. She
I
not. I
can't
don't think
fight,
she'll
but
plump.
but I will
Yeah.
get beat up if I have to get beat up. I will. But
Yeah,
I will still
exactly.
talk. So
Exactly.
who do you think has the edge? Just right now,
I always go with the junkyard.
the junkyard dogs always.
Yeah, I would go to junkyard. You got to go to junkyard dog because it's like that's what brings. I mean, that's the meat and potatoes of it. Because after all that, pulling up,
Hmm.
as you said, who's getting those rebounds? Who's
Hmm.
scooping those joints back out when you start bricking? Because you remember, what's her name? Enrique is not in it this year, is she?
No, she's not. No.
Wow. What a slap in the
Yeah.
face! What a slap in the face from Caitlin because she kind of saved Caitlin because she was bricking in the All-Star game last year, and Enrique came out and saved the day. I guess it's a twofold thing. She don't want her to steal the show this year.
Well, she wasn't. I didn't see her on the list at all for All Star at all. Like
I
she's
know,
not.
but yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So she wouldn't be
Yeah,
chosen.
I don't think she was. She was like she. I didn't see her. Like I don't think anybody really voted for her this season. I think maybe because Paige is there, she got most of the focus from the Dallas Wings. It seems.
Yeah,
You
and,
know.
and, and she's been taking a back seat a little bit with it because
Yeah.
you have to see how it's going to work. There's wins over All-Star games. Yeah, so I understand that, but we'll see. We'll see. But
So
I still got team Nafisa. You know what I mean?
yeah, I have Team Fee too. I'm honestly wondering the thing that concerns me most about Caitlyn and her team is the health of the team. I'm wondering how healthy Caitlyn is because she's kind of been in, she's been out, more so than anything this season. And then Asia also going down last night with her wrist. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what happened with that, how serious it is. Because if she has to sit out, they'd rather have her sit out and have her for the season than have her play in the All Star game. You
exactly.
know, so which obviously makes sense. But I'm curious. I'm excited to see the matchup again between AR and Kiki. Because they
Mhm.
both don't back down. Although Angel, the thing is that the Chicago Sky has lost when they played them, but Angel's been on her behind. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna curse. She's been
Yeah.
on her behind. You know what I mean? So like back pockets, as Kendrick Perkins would say. like
Yeah,
Rhonda.
yeah, no, well, most definitely. I just think that that Angel is more active for her with her legs, her feet. Her feet is more nimble than
Angel,
Kiki's.
I don't really realize how strong Angel was. like Angel
Yeah,
was a big body. She'd be like, get out the
yeah,
way.
yeah. But see, Angel is a very narrow girl, but she has a lot of strength. You know
she
that, as you
does.
said. Yeah, she has a lot of hip strength, and that's really important because somebody was saying, we was on a show the other day. They was like, oh,
Mhm.
she has really big calves. Like Angel had no big calf. Angel's a
No,
skinny, slender girl. What are you talking
she
about?
is slim, but she got some
Yeah,
some meat on them.
yeah. She
But she
has
hit
to
that
me.
box out. She's nobody's getting that rebound. Okay, like
Yeah,
she said it. She meant it. Everything come with that board is mine. Okay, it's all mine.
yeah. And and
And
and
she
and I
meant that.
to have that, you know what I mean? And to me, that's why I'm saying she concentrate on what she's good at, and of course she's trying to grow, but it's really going to be good because they're going to see that they're going to need them rebounds because them jumpers, man. I'm gonna tell you something about them threes. Look, they always go cold. They always go cold, and when they
Yeah,
go cold,
it's a
what
lot
you
of
think
shooting
will
on
happen?
this side. I'm just like, who's gonna step up? Who's gonna have the best shooting night? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though. It really
I
going
look
to be
forward to
interesting.
seeing Paige, hopefully against CC, get a little bit of them. Alicia Gray is small, but she ain't
Mhm.
scared. Courtney, like I said, I love her. I think she's a fun personality. Kelsey Plum, obviously Ryan Howard's another one. Her and Angel on the same team is funny because when they played against one another, they were kind of going at it. So it
Yeah.
should be, but they don't back down though. Like no, Phee got them dogs on that side, and they're not backing down. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes. I know a lot of it was trending because I didn't see what Caitlin Clark said or what happened verbatim, but I saw that they made a big deal because she traded her coach Cheryl Reeves. Everybody says Cheryl Reeves doesn't like Caitlin Clark. She's one of the coaches for Team USA, and obviously she felt or about Caitlyn. Supposedly she don't like her, whatever have you. So Caitlyn traded her, the coach. So that was like trending, which is funny though.
Wait a
But
minute.
Cheryl
What did
Reeves,
she do? She traded the
yeah, because you could trade, like you could have made trades and stuff like that after everybody was picked. You could make swaps. So she traded Cheryl Reeves. And I'm not sure who
Oh,
the other coach is,
yo,
honestly.
whoever
But
implemented I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm finished the thought. I'm
no,
sorry.
you're fine. Which I found to be funny though, because it's been like a long time coming since that happened last season. That with Team USA, that Cheryl Reeves is not a fan of Caitlin Clark and all these different things. So I'm curious. I'm like, well, like Nafisa got her coach back, because that's her coach anyway. You know,
Yeah.
um, I'm not sure who the coach is, who the other coach is for the All Star game, but this should be like I said, it should be fun. I wonder how she felt when she saw that though, because everybody was like, Caitlyn booted her. Caitlyn got rid of her. I saw a lot of the highlights, like a lot of the trending topics about that. So I'm wondering if she felt some kind of way. She's like, I don't really care.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm still working. You know what I mean? I'm still in the mix. But the good thing is that look, it's some people are like, look, I don't like what you bring. I don't like what you bring, and that's what's going to make this game interesting. You know what I mean? That
Hmm.
yeah, that we have that camaraderie that's going to come, really going to pop off.
So
So I'm happy about it.
in other CC news, she made her big debut back today after missing 6 games altogether. I believe 5 for the season. They don't really count the in-season tournament because
Mm,
it doesn't count, like it doesn't go towards the standings. But they won that game. She didn't play, so I think she missed 6 altogether.
yeah.
But this game, reading some of the comments, I did not watch it. You guys, I was at work, so if you know what happened, you watched it. Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the chat. Reading some of the comments on some pages I saw, they were talking about CC, like, because Ari McDonald is there now. And apparently what I gathered reading some of the comments was that Ari got a little bit more playing time than CC, or about just as much. And she was supposed to be there to be the backup to CC, not to be like, like the starting, point guard or whatever have you. So they're a little bit confused by that. They were confused about some of her matchups and some of the system. They were saying that Caitlin Clark works better in a non system versus an actual system, because of her creativity. It kind of stifles her creativity, with the system that's in place that Stephanie White has there right now. So, like I said, I don't know what happened, but I mean, Kelsey Mitchell had a bad game looking at the stats. Natasha Howard, everybody's stats were just down. So I mean, it's one thing if Caitlin's back and she's a little bit rusty to not have a good game, but like the whole team, I'm like, what the heck happened? Did you see any of it?
Well, I didn't see any of the game. I just seen the post game and post game interview. My thing is just that one thing is certain, and is that when she was
they made a big deal about her being off the ball. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But when she was going, everyone was balling. Everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. Everyone had that fire. And sometimes people have to understand that's why you just can't throw people back in when they come back. You just can't just say, oh, hey, she's back, put her back in. Not when people are playing well. You have to actually kind of like creep it in there. And when you don't do that, I think that's what was wrong today, because Stephanie White was very adamant about the fact that they was focused, but they weren't given the effort. They wasn't carrying out the overall objective. She said they wasn't given that energy level that they were given even in practice. So when
That's what the fans were saying. They were saying that it seems like for one, I've heard people say that they feel like the locker room is divided. That's the first thing I heard, right? You mentioned that, a while ago about the implosion you felt was coming, right? But I've seen other channels say they feel like there's some sort of divide in the locker room. I mean, I haven't really heard any players say anything, you know what I mean? Except Sophie, she made a comment that was kind of like, what's going on there? But a lot of comments said they felt like watching the team today, it seemed like everybody was just kind of over it. They didn't really, it's like they have an issue with the coach. They're not really rocking with, her plays and how she's doing things.
It's not.
I guess a lot of the comments say, everybody looked depressed. CC looks depressed. Again, I didn't see any of it, so I don't know.
Before it was Bonner. You get what I'm saying? Oh, it was Bonner. Bonner's doing it. Both Bonner's gone. Bonner's gone, not coming back, nowhere near the building. And we're still having these problems. And I told everyone, I said, hey, look, it's going to be a problem. And I particularly was going to be Kelsey, because if Kelsey is a baller, you know what I mean? She has to work. And when you guys want to keep slowing down and make everything look so it can make CC look great, it's going to slow everything down. Kelsey's like, I'm gonna get to this room, but if I don't get to this room, I got these other two girls. I got Boston and I got Howard, and they're doing their thing. If you look at it, Cunningham and Lexi, they both are sucking in the last two games. Once again, they had I think together they had 10 points again. You know what I mean? So they're not there like that. And
well, in their defense, Lexi and Sophie were never high scoring, players. I feel like Lexi's been more so, like you said before, like that junkyard dog. You know what I mean? Like she kind of reminds me of a female TJ McConnell in a certain sense. Yeah. But some of the things she does is always show up on the stat sheet. You got to watch the game to see it.
Yeah. Oh, of course. But even when but this is the problem. One thing that we can say, whether they're playing good or playing badly, we see a decline when CC comes back, because they try to then trying to live through this image. And this image is like, we want to prove to you that these girls can do it. And they can't. And that's where the problem comes in at, because they really can't. Because if they could, it would have been done already. But
so what do you think the difference was? Like when she came back versus the Liberty, obviously she had a better game. And then today she came back, it was not the same effect. I mean, like I said, I didn't see what happened today, but you said you saw some of the post-game interviews. So what do you think the difference was between her return versus the Liberty versus her return today versus the Valkyries?
Well, I don't even have to see the game. I already know what the problem is. When you have people who work hard, who are hustlers, and down there and they're banging and they're getting their job done, opposed to people who they're streaky. Like Cunningham is really there, in Hall, they work, but what I'm saying is they want everything to be streaky, like they're just running, and it's like it's L.A. It's not L.A. It's not. In other words, it's not Magic Johnson and Robert Cooper and them. It's none of that. If y'all can remember those guys, it's just the fact that these girls right now, look at Boston, look at Howard, look at Boston, Howard, and Kelsey. These girls will live at the rim. They will live at the rim. Their game.
Boston definitely does.
Yeah, they will.
I'm like, get her out the paint when I'm watching the game.
Exactly. They will go to the hoop. They will get fouled, whatever. These other girls, see, when you don't have a talent level to keep that up, you may do it once or twice, like you're flashing and you catch people off guard and you got them backpedaling. That's one thing. But when you have to go down there and get the job done, somebody once said this, and I'm a quote it. I'm a quote it with my full chest. If you want something done right, get a black woman to do it, and they'll get done. And that's what the problem is. Sometimes we keep trying to paint a picture that doesn't exist. The hype doesn't match the talent level. So you can put those little girls in all you want to, and when it's time to go down low and bang, they ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. And that's the same reason they're gonna lose the All-Star game, for the same reason.
I guess we shall see with that. I really feel like also like the Valkyries are actually a very good team. You know what I mean? Like I know they're numinal, expansion team. But this coach she's very, very good. You know what I mean? She came. It's so funny because her and Tyler Marsh are both first year head coaches. But watching her coach and watching Tyler Marsh coach was like two different worlds. I'm like, were you paying attention at all while you were there, or was it just her? Like what's going on? It seems like he was more ready for the moment than he is, honestly speaking. We're not gonna go there. I don't want him to piss me off.
Oh yeah, well, listen, people are going to get pissed off ananyway because
how's the game going right now? I know Chicago Sky's playing the Wings. Can you see how was it? What's the score right now?
Oh,
because Killer Miller is back tonight. Camila Cardoso.
Oh, Big Mill back. She back from. Yeah. Apparently, she took her. She took her with the new ID. She took her new ID with her to get back into the country.
She took her real enhanced ID?
Yeah, the real.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I really think it's cool how like a lot of the international players got to leave, like they got time to leave and actually go play, with their countries and stuff like that, and then come back.
Yeah. Okay. The score is now 18-19. I'm sorry, 20-19, and now the Wings are winning.
Okay.
Yeah, so Andrew. Okay, all right.
But I feel like the Valkyries beat the Fever before. Some teams just have your number. And it wasn't like the Valkyries were like they worked really well together.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I looked at their stats. It wasn't like everybody was just filmed the stat sheet. You know what I mean? I think Caleb Thornton is the only one, I believe, that was like over 20 points. Everybody else, the next person I think was like 12, and everybody else was like less than 10. So it wasn't like they beat them like we're just knocking down all kind of threes from all over the place and dominating at the rim. That wasn't even the case. What it was, I guess, was just a good defensive effort because it was close until it wasn't. Then they pulled out, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, but when I look at the box score, now let me just see how many things they had. Yeah, so fever. I should have already had this up.
I really thought, like, coming into the season, I really expected that this team would be like a very good playoff contending team. I didn't expect them to win the championship, but I felt like they would at least be able to in contention to contend in the playoffs. But the way they look right now, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But I want to ask you also, like being objective, right? Because Cece is the star, right? She's the one everybody's coming to see. Whether you like it, don't like it.
Yeah.
As a coach, as a coach, right? Do you put aside, I guess, your method or the way that you would like to coach, or do you give people what they want? Because we know her fans are loud. So right now they're like in an uproar about getting her fired, getting her out of there. So it's like, do you appease the fans? And give them what they want, or do you give them or because people want to see Cait. They don't want to see her off the ball. They don't want to. They want to see her shooting them logo threes. You know what I mean? They don't want to see her off the ball, on the bench or whatever have you. So you got to play her. You know what I mean? And she has to get pretty much all the minutes that she possibly can get. But as a coach, your job is to make sure the team as a whole is in the best position and that the team wins as many games as possible. But it's a fine line with that. You know what I mean? Even like I feel like with the refs, like you can't really say but so much to her because if you eject her, you probably lose your job. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine like ejecting Cait from a game, or something like that, like or suspending her for a game? It would be a complete uproar all over social media. They'd have to shut down WNBA headquarters. So it's like this fine line of okay, how do I do what I feel is best for the team?
Yeah, how do I navigate
but by also making sure that CC is still the focal point, that everybody's coming to see, everybody's happy.
Yeah, well, this is one thing we all know. Winning cures everything. No, I don't care what's going on. It cures. It's a cure-all. The problem is that even when Cait is in, even when she's in, there's a problem because she's becoming like a bricklayer, and this is why. This is okay. You can't. All right. Yeah, but this is why.
You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you now. I have to get rid of it. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Wait, give me 1 second.
I don't hear you. I don't know what happened.
All right. Give me 1 second. You have 2 entries. That's why.
Hello?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. There you go. You back.
I don't hear anything. I heard you a second ago, and then I hit the button by accident, and now I can't hear you at all.
I told you about those partial payments, but anyway, I'll leave that alone. But hey, look, I'm not gonna waste my jokes. I'm not gonna waste these jokes. But anyway, so
can you hear me?
Yeah,
I cannot hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all?
I see your mouth moving like you can't hear me at all. Like I'm reading your lips, but I can't hear nothing. I don't know what happened. Like I came out by accident, and now I'm back in. I can't hear anything that you're saying, but like I can read your lips.
Wow, really?
I don't know what happened. Wait, what?
Can you hear me now?
Where did you go?
I'm here.
Maybe it's my mic.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you?
No.
You can't hear me?
You sound so low. I don't understand why you sound so low all of a sudden. Like, what the heck happened?
I don't know. I
don't know.
Let me
try. I don't know what's going on.
No, give me a second. Let me just check. Something. Give me a second, guys. Wait a minute. Say YouTube. Let me go to YouTube and check on my page, and I will know for a fact. Yeah, I will know for a fact. Yeah. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everything is fine.
You sound so low. Did you turn the volume down or something on like your headphones?
No, my mic is fine. I can hear. I went to my page and listened to myself, so I know that my mic is fine. I'm not sure. I don't know what
happened.
I'm not sure why you can't. Can you hear me better now? You can't hear me better? Let me say hi, official.
Can everybody hear me? Because I cannot hear anything. You know what? I'm good. They were coming for me in the comments. You know what I said about talking about Angel earlier, but I'm good. Like I'm not worried about that. People say a lot of stuff online. It makes them feel good to be the cyber bullies. Twitter fingers, right? That's what Drake said, right? I'm quoting Drake again. Twitter fingers, right?
You're quoting Drake. Listen,
I don't know why I cannot hear you though, which is so crazy. I'm like, what the heck happened? I don't know. Something happened. Like when I hit the button and like I came right back in and I can't hear anything at all.
You can't hear me at all?
I like hear you like a tiny, tiny bit, like a tiny bit.
Really? That is
like you just said really, like I'm reading your lips. But
that is wild.
It is weird, right? I said I'm reading your lips. I'm reading your lips hard. So
man.
I'm focusing super hard. Like, what did he say? I don't know why I can't.
Wow,
Let me know what. I
that's
don't know what's
crazy.
going on. Let me try to fix this because this is like crazy to me. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because you already went out and came back in, right? Yeah. So let me that can also be let me just see some. Let me turn this off. All right. So I'm not sure, honey. I'm really not sure what it can be because I can't have that echo in here. But but you can't hear me at all?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and you're coming through on my page. So I know you're coming you're c- you're coming through.
I
Wow.
don't know.
Neither do I, Kai. See, Cynthia Stewart said I can hear you just fine. Can you hear both of us? Can you hear both of us?
Hmm.
She said, look at the
Yeah,
camera.
I hear you, like, but your voice is so low. Like, I'm like listening with like so much intent. Like right now, like I'm focused
Really?
so hard.
That's really weird. Cynthia, can you hear? She said, yeah, she can hear me. Yeah, yeah. See, she can hear me.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. This is so weird.
Girl, partial payments.
Huh?
Partial payments. You're making those partial payments. You saying, "Oh, I can pay you $50 a day and $50 tomorrow." No, I'm joking. But look, anyway, so you can't hear at all, God. Oh, you want to come out? Yeah, I best think we probably gotta come out. Let's come out. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna end it. All right, and I will come right back.